The plural number of an index is called indices. We say an index number, we say the plural of index is called indices. If one frequency related to another no, then only we can say relative frequencies are considered. In logarithm, the problems will be made very, very easily so that the student can solve the problem very early. Hello everybody, I am Dr. B.S. Subramania, called by name Dr. B.S.S., Professor in Commerce and Management, Vidyaashram First Year College, a temple of excellence, Mysuru. I am welcoming for 4th semester BCom. The subject goes quantitative technique, 4th semester BCom. So we welcome you for this new semester, and the subject goes in favor of quantity technique. I am going to introduce what is actually quantity technique. So nothing but previously it was called as a business maths. Today it is called as quantity technique. What do you mean by actually quantity technique? It contains mathematical and statistical analysis. We say that we collect the data in mathematics and the statistical and analyze the data in such a way that it can be easily understood by the students. So quantity technique, it is a technique where statistics and mathematics subjects have been analyzed and simplified and clarified to the student, which can reach to the student slowly. It has got its own technique to reach to the student. Previously, everybody thinks mathematics is a tough subject. It is not at all a tough subject. Definitely will say that it is not at all a tough subject. Really, it is intelligent because your intelligence will be utilized in mathematics. Every day you have to work for the mathematics. Numbers are concerned. It's a juggling of numbers. Number goes here and there. So you take the interest and made the what's called as an interesting. I am see that it should be made as an interest subject for you also. So it's a quantitative technique. It's a technique where mathematical and statistical data have been analyzed and clarified and simplified in such a way that so that a common man, even a common student can understand the subject, because everybody has got a fear. So it is nothing but a base of mathematics is there. Some of the students have joined BCom because of the fear of the mathematics. Don't fear about this. Mathematics is concerned. Mathematics is such a beautiful and a good subject where your knowledge will be improved. Work hard and get the result. So I am going to say that what is quantitative technique? It's a technique where mathematics and statistics data have been analyzed, simplified, and leading such a way that it leads to in such a way everybody can understand. We'll go to syllabus now. The syllabus contains for this year indices and logarithm. I'm going to explain the detail. Now, I will give only the book print of the what's called the syllabus of the Mysore University is considered. One is first unit 1, indices and logarithms. Unit 2, progression. In that, we have got arithmetic and geometric progression. Number 3, ratios, proportions and variation. Number 4, matrix and determinants. Number 5, probability theory or probability. Then number 6, theoretical distribution, binomial, Poisson and normal distribution. So there are 6 units are there. So what is the first one? Indices and logarithms. Number 2, progression, where you have got arithmetic progression and geometric progression. Ratio, proportion and variation, that's a unit 3. Unit 4 goes to matrix and determinants. Number 5, this is a probability. Then number 6, theoretical distribution, where it contains 3 items. One is binomial, second is Poisson, number 3 is normal distribution. So we'll go one by one. This it's an introduction class where I'm going to introduce one by one. We'll go to unit number 1. So I will start today with introduction class. Here the unit 1, indices and logarithm. What is indices? The plural number of an index is called indices. We say an index number, we say the plural of index is called indices. By chance, if you write the word like this, a to the power of x or a to the power of m. When you say that m is called index, A is called the base. Or somebody says it's an exponent. It's an exponent also. Say that we are talking about the indices. The plural form of the index is called indices is considered. Here, just an example. We'll go detailedly when you're solving the problem. Today is only an introduction class. I'm going to say what is index, what is the base. So if we say that a to the power of m is called index, a is called base. Somebody say it is called exponent also. So what is a? Base. M is called index. So here indices, the plural of index is called indices. So index, no, I-N-D-E-X. There are 5 words are there. So there are 5 laws are there in indices. All the laws we are going to study in detail. So indices has got 5 laws. So we are going to deal all the 5 laws slowly while you are solving the problem. Then we have got called logarithms. So what is actually logarithms mean? Here in mathematics, we have got so many subtraction, so many addition, so many divisions are there. All have taken a lot of time. To make easy, logarithm has been introduced. In logarithm, the problems will be made very, very easily so that the student can solve the problem very early. Here in logarithms, no, we say that multiplication means adding. Division means deducting. What do you mean that? Multiplication means adding, division means deducting. In logarithm, when you say log is equal to n minus 1, we say. What do you mean by actually in logarithm? There are 2 here. One is called characteristics, another is called mantissa. It has got the 2 division. One is called characteristics, another is called the mantissa. We have got some number like this, 4, 2, 3, 6. Some number is there. How many digits are there? 1, 2, 3. What I told you, logarithm is n minus 1. So how many digits are there? 4. So your characteristic is 3. So you have to look after a table called logarithm table. In the logarithm table, you have to see 42, 3, 6. So we say one is called characteristics and the mantissa means subdivision of a number. Subdivision of a number. So log can be expressed very, very simply where you are making the difficulty, in adding, subtraction. So many problems are you are facing. To make easy, logarithm has been introduced. Logarithm of any number. If you have got a 4 number, your characteristics is 3. In the 42, you have to see this 3. Then you have to see the 6 subdivision, you'll get the answer. In logarithm, subtraction means multiplication means adding, and division means deducting. So here, the most important thing here, here this is one chapter. We have got some basic laws of integration and their application. There are 5 basic laws are there. I will tell you simply only one today because introduction class, I will tell you only one basic law. If you have got like this, a to the power of m, a to the power of n. So here I already told m is the index, a is the base, n is the index, a is the... When the base are common, exponent can be equated. So the first law, so it is just like all the 5 laws will go. Here now, in the indices, there are 5 laws, I-N-D-E-X. 5 means there are 5 laws we are going to follow. Just I told you, A is called the base, M is called the exponent or index. The plural number of index is called indices. Regarding these logarithms, common logarithms now, application log table. Regarding this log table, I told you, if you have got a 4 digits, there are 3 characteristics. If you have got 3 digits, 2 characteristics. If you have got a 2 digits, 1 characteristic. If you have got a 1 characteristics, there is 1 digit is there, 0 characteristic. So 4 numbers, 3 character, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1, 0. By chance, if we have got like this, by chance in examination, you have got 0.6. Point means bar 1. Then 0.0 bar 2. Bar 2 is nothing but minus 2 is there. For a 0.1 bar 1, 0.0 here 0.8 bar 1, 0.08 bar 2. It will go like this. So that is what we say that log table simplification. Laws of logarithms. Logarithm, we have got so many laws. I will tell you simple one law. What do you say that additional theorem is there? If you just go one theorem, I will say, in addition, say log A, log into A minus AB. If you say that, the word goes like this. the additional theorem of log. If we say that log AB, it is called log A plus log B. So I will go to explain. Here, when you go for a problem, I will go to explain what are the logarithm theses that are there. Here in indices also, we have got 5 laws. All laws we are going to apply one by one so that we'll make the mathematics so simplification. Logarithm says no, any number is there. If you have got 4 characteristics here, no, laws of logarithm, common logarithm, how you have to utilize. Application log table. When you see the table, how to see the table, I will tell you. If there are 4 digits, 3 characteristics. If you have got 3 digits, 2 characteristics. If you have got 2 digits, 1 characteristic. If you have got 1 digit, 0 characteristics. If it's a point no, bar 1, point not, bar 2. So, indices is nothing but plural number of an index. Index is nothing but exponent. The plural number of index is called indices. Logarithm. So we utilize the logarithm to make easy mathematics. We are using the logarithm here in logarithm. So all you can make the what's called entire problem simplification by seeing the table, and how to use the table. I'm going to deal in that. When you go for a problem, you'll deal it slowly. We'll move on. Once you go now, we'll come back to progression. So here unit 2 goes to progression. Types of progression, arithmetical progression, geometrical progression, n-term application problem, arithmetic and gem. What is actually progression? When the number moves either ascending order or descending order, in a perfect order it moves. Same number moves either ascending order or descending order, it is called a progression. So it should be either in the order, means the difference between the one number and the second number should be constant. So it should be in the ascending order. Progression means it should be moved like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Either this way you have to move, or it can be moved like this. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So either in the ascending order, or it may come like this. 10, 8, 6, 4, 2. In descending order. So perfect sequence must be there. See that how it moves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Difference of 2 here, or descending order, how it will come? 10, 8, 6, 4, 2. Either it may progress in the ascending order, or it may progress in the descending order. So there must be a constant. The difference should be a constant number. See here, if we go to the, here got 2, one is called arithmetic progression, another is called the geometric progression. We say, what is arithmetic progression? We say AP. Arithmetic progression is also progression where the numbers moves in such a way that the difference between second number and the first number is, and third number and second number should be one and the same. I will give an example how the arithmetical progression goes. It will go like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It goes in the arithmetical way. Here 2 minus 1 is 1. 3 minus 2 is also 1. Second number minus first number, or third number minus second number, fourth number minus third number, fifth number minus, the difference is called D. So arithmetic progression can be expressed here A plus n minus 1 D. So D is called difference. Now what is the difference is 1. So here in progression, arithmetic progression, slowly it will go 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we have got geometric progression, GP say, but it will jump like this: 2, 4, 8, 16, 32. It will jump like this. So here, second number divided by first number, see that second number divided by first number is 2. Third number divided by second number also 2. The difference is called R here. Here in the first one now, second number minus first number, third number minus second number, fourth number minus third number in arithmetic progression. Whereas in geometric progression, second number divided by the first number, third number should be divided by the second number. Here, arithmetic progression goes on jumping. We say that the production is going on in the arithmetic progression, whereas population is going on in the geometric progression, because population is jumping. See that how it is jump? 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64. It will jump like this. Here arithmetic progression goes slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here the difference is 2 minus 1, 3 minus 2, 4 minus. Here 4 divided by 2, 8 divided by 2. So while you are solving the problem, we'll go very detailedly about this. So now second unit is over. Come back to ratio, proportion and variation. All should be expressed in the percentage. Ratio expresses the relation between the two variables. What is ratio? Express the relation between the two variables x and y. What is the ratio between? Like this. So we can say like this, no? Ratio is 2:4, 4:8, 5:10. It is called the ratio. Where is a proportion is an equality of the two variable, two ratio. Equality of two ratios are called. We say that proportion. It can be like this. A is to B, C is to D. So here now ratio can be expressed. Relation between the two variables, which are the two real 2, 4. They are in the ratio 1:2. 2:4. So it's a ratio between the two variables are considered, whereas the proportions are considered and equality of two ratios are considered. Equality means A is to B is to C is to D, whereas the variation number will be vary, one number to vary. The work can take place 10 days today, tomorrow it will take 20 days. No, he will work for 6 hours yesterday, today is working on the same day. So sometimes we can go with and percentage also. Sometimes we have to express in percentage. He works about out of 100 hours, he will work 60 hours. This is 60 by 100 into 100 means 60%. Express in percentage also. So one is the ratio is the nothing but express the relation between the two variables are called ratios are concerned. Proportion no, to equality. An equality of two ratios are called proportion. Variation, numbers which vary from one side to another way because of the demand, because of the supply. Sometimes there is a variation of a number is considered. Sometimes it may be expressed in percentage and their application to begin. So what is actually ratio? It's a ratio relation between the two variables. Relation between the two variables is called the ratios are considered. Proportion, an equality of two ratio is called proportion. Variation, number will vary from one side to another side which vary and also expressed in percentage. Sometimes you have to explain. Here the result will be expressed in percentage. No, he scores so many percentage, 80%. So that's called the percentage we are going to do. Then, so one is ratio which can be expressed relation between the two variables. The equality of two ratio is considered as proportion is considered. Variation of a number, sometimes some numbers will be expressed in the form of percentage is considered. So we'll move on. Unit 4, matrix and determinants. Here the meaning and type. Matrix means the rows and columns can be arranged properly. The rows and columns have been arranged in such a way that it is called the matrix. Determinants, no. Here now, what is the first word is no, matrix and determinants. We say that matrix is nothing but operation. Matrix is nothing but the rows and columns are arranged properly. Whereas determinants is the, here say rows. If you write like this, it is called determinants. Then if it is called the matrix is considered. So rows and columns are considered as a matrix. Determinants which determine the values of like this. It determines. If we write like this, no, determinants will be verified that determinants. It is a numerical association of a sequence. It is a numerical association of rows and columns are there. It is expressed as matrix is determined. The sequence of the rows and columns will be expressed is called determinants are considered. So there is one word called Cramer's rule. What is actually Cramer's rule? I will say that if the numbers are like this 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here we can say 7, 8, 9. We can say 2x, 3y, 4z, x, y, z, x, y, z. Here, in the Cramer's rule, what he will do, first he will find out the value of taking the constant here plus, minus, plus. We'll find out the value first, then shift out the 7, 8, 9 here. Then 7, 8, 9, 3, 2, 5, 4, 3, 2. Then shift the 7, 8 to second stage, 6 to 7, 8 to third. That's a Cramer's rule. So Cramer's rule says, shifting this number 7, 8, 9 to first column, next to second column, next to third columns are concerned. So rows and columns are determined with the help of the Cramer rule. That's the determinants are called. Rows and columns are arranged is called the matrix are concerned. Matrix is nothing but rows and columns are arranged, whereas the determinants, which determines the values of rows and columns in a sequence, it will be Cramer's rule is there. What is the Cramer's rule? No, the last number will be shift over in the column wise 7, 8, 9, same thing. Next it will be shift over to 3, 2, 5. It will remain same 2, 4, 5, 3, 2, 5, 7, 8, 9, 4. Then we shift over to 7, 8, 9. We'll find out the value of x. We'll find out the value of 5. Find out the value of the z. So we'll dealt detailedly when you are going for the problems are concerned. So matrix and determine. Matrix shows rows and columns individually. Rows and columns have been in. The sequence of the rows and columns have been determined with the help of the Cramer's rule is considered. Then we'll move on. Probability. Unit 5 is a probability. What is actually probability? Probability means a chances. Only chances and occurrence. It may happen, it may not. So when you say the word called probability, favorable chances divided by number of chances. What is the probability? Favorable chances divided by number of chances. It may happen, it may not happen. No? When you toss the coin, it may be head or tail, or it may be head, tail. There are two chances are there, head or tail. One chance is tail divided 1 by 2, 1 by 2 half. So we say that always P plus Q is equal to 1. Here in your meaning, utility of probability business. So determinants, random sample types of event, common approach to classical. So here the probability is taking the chance. There are 4 boys and 5 girls are there. If you pick up about randomly 2 or 3 boys, how many boys left over, how many girls left over, how to make the selection of these. Out of the 4 boys, 1 has been considered as a rank student, 1 has been considered as a very bad boy, 1 has been considered a common man. So there's all randomly taken and selection. What is probability means? Only a chance. It may happen, it may not happen. We can say that probability is equal to favorable chances divided by number of chances. Here, there is one word we call relative frequency. If one frequency related to another, no, then only we can say relative frequencies are considered. Then here, the term experiment, deterministic and random. So you take some samples as random and find out it's whatever we say is correct or not. It's a random samples are considered. When you want to make the selection, randomly we are selected out of 100 students. We select about the 10 or 15 students randomly. They may good or they may not good. So depends upon how they will behave. Here, the major things of the probability in the business, no? So there is a chance. It may happen, it may not happen, but what is actually probability? Favorable chances divided by total number of chances are there. So there are one word called the event is there. Event is an item which can be happened, which cannot be happened. One is called independent event, another is called the dependent event. The independent event is one which does not depend upon the other event is considered. So dependent event means one event is dependent upon the other event. If A is depending upon B and B is depending on A, it is called dependent event. If A does not depend upon B and B does not depend upon, it's called independent event. That events we are going to read slowly while you are solving the problem. Here, it's a probability, how to approach the probability. So we can go with the problems in the probability. So there is some formula we are going to use in while you are doing the problem. Probability based on NCR. So this is called combination formula. This is nothing but n factorial divided by n minus r factorial into R factor. So this formula you are going to use while solving the problem or problem. So favorable chances divided by total number of chances. Application of this formula, combination formula. Combination is called NCR, n factorial divided by n minus R factorial into R factorial. Here the example is 10C2. It is 10 factorial divided by 10 minus 2 factorial into 2 factorial. That is 10 factorial divided by 8 factorial into 2 factorial. This way we are going to solve the problems of probabilities considered. So probability is equal to favorable chances divided by total number of chances. I already told with an example. When you toss the coin, it may be head or tail, or it may be head or tail. Tails are considered are there. When two dice are thrown here, so there are 36 chances. How will the 36 chances will come? 1-1, 1-2, 1-3, 1-4, 1-5, 1-6. Second one, 2-1, 2-2, 2-3, 2-4, 2-5, 2-6. Next chance are 3-1, 3-2, like this, no? Totally 36 chances are there. In the 36 chances, so probability when the two dice thrown is equal to 36 chances. So one die has got 6-1, another die has got totally 36 chances. It is called division. We say that how it will be 1-1, 1-2, 1-3, 1-4, 1-5, 1-6, 2-1, 2-2, 3-2, 3-2, 4-2, 5-3-6, 3-1, like this. So totally 36 chances. We are going to deal very detailedly about this while you are solving the problem. So last, unit 6, it is a theoretical distribution. Distribution is nothing but we are making the availability of the product to ultimate consumers. Whatever the product available, that should be distributed to the last one is this a channel where the ultimate, whatever the item you are going to produce, that should be reached to the whom? Ultimate consumer is called distribution. Here, random variable means a variable randomly we have been selected, that variable you are going to observe, and theoretical distributions are there. So here in distribution, we have got three divisions. One is called binomial distribution, another is called the Poisson distribution, another is called the normal distribution. You are going to solve the problem for all the distributions are there. Distribution is nothing but the distribution of the article to reach the ultimate consumers. Ultimate consumer should reach the particular one. So there are three divisions are there. One is called binomial distribution. One is called binomial distribution, which can be expressed with the formula NCR P to the power of R Q to the power of N minus R, where P plus Q is equal to 1. This is a formula you are going to use while you are solving the problem. Then we have got Poisson distribution. We are going to deal very detailedly while solving them. Just I am giving the hint. E to the power of minus m to the power of x divided by x factorial, where m is called mean. M is called the mean is considered. This formula you are going to use. Here NCR P to the power combination formula, NCR P to the power of R Q to the power of N minus R, where P plus Q is equal to C. E is a constant, M is the mean. This will go to here, Poisson distribution regarding the normal distribution. Use Z is equal to X minus X mean divided by standard deviation. X minus X mean divided by standard deviation will have a one curve called normal curve. A center is called. Here it will read minus infinity. This is called plus infinity. So three divisions are, one is called binomial distribution, one is called Poisson distribution, one is called the normal distribution. We give detailedly while you're solving the problem. This is only a distribution application of Poisson distribution, and how to fit a Poisson distribution we are going to discuss while you are solving the problem. While you are solving the problem, we'll go very detailedly about all these items are considered, but we'll go here. This is sixth area and a normal curve I told you. So distribution is nothing but the ultimate what's called product should reach to the consumer is considered. We have got binomial distribution, normal distribution, and Poisson distributions are concerned. So we'll go back one by one. We'll brush up once again. First is indices. I will tell you the plural number of indexes called indices. There are 5 laws are there indices. We are going to deal the 5 laws slowly one by one. Then logarithm, which made the mathematics very easy. When you say log, when you go for log table, no, n minus 1. And anti-log means n plus 1. We are going to explain that. What is log and anti-log is there. Then we'll move on to next one. Here, progression. When the numbers moves either in the ascending order or the descending order is called progression. There are 2 progressions are there. One is called arithmetic progression. Another is called the geometric progression. Arithmetic progression slowly will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Second number minus first number. Third number minus second number. Whereas the geometric progression is jump 2, 4, 6, 8. 2, 4, 8, 16, 32. Second number divided by first number. Third number divided by the second number, it will go. Then we'll move on to ratio. Ratio is the express of the 2 relatives. Say relation between 2 variables is called ratio. And also the proportion and equality of the 2 ratio is called proportion. Variation percentage. Sometimes some of the items should be expressed in percentage. How to express the percentage? We are going to explain while solving the problem. Then types of matrices where we have taken the rows and columns into consideration. Rows and columns will be taken and determine the sequence of the rows and columns that will come under determinants, where we are going to apply the Cramer's rule. How to apply the Cramer's rule? Because it determines the area or where it will come. So there are 3 rows and 3 columns, maybe 4 rows and 3 columns are there. So that will be dealt while you are solving the problem. And then we are going to apply the Cramer's rule. How to apply the Cramer's rule? I'm going to say that. Then number 5, probability. I told you what is probability is nothing but probability is called to favorable chances divided by total number of chances. So we are going to deal the additional theorem. And also we have got other theorems are there. One is, I am giving one example, addition theorem, multiplication theorems are there. We are going to detail while solving the problems are concerned, and relative, classical relative and axiomatic probability theory is there. And we are going to explain while you are solving the problem. The last one, distribution. That you distribute the article such a way you should reach the ultimate consumer. There are 3 distribution. One is called binomial distribution. Number 2, Poisson distribution. Number 3, normal distribution. It has got their own laws are there. Binomial distribution, NCR, P to the power of R, Q to the power of N, based on the combination. Poisson distribution based on the formula e to the power of minus m, m to the power of x divided by x factorial is considered. Then normal distribution represented by the word z, x minus mean divided by standard deviation. It's a normal curve. If we come back to left, it's called minus infinity is called positive infinity. All will be dealt very detailedly while you're solving the problem. Just is introduction class now. Just we have seen the only picture we are going to give, that's all. So this is our internal portion. First internal, we are going to conduct 3 internals are there and take the average of 3 internals now. First internal, indices and logarithm, progression, arithmetic and graduation. Second internal, ratio, proportion and variation, matrix and determinant. Third, no, probability and theoretical distribution. So you have got 80 marks there. You have to score about 30% of 80, remaining in the 3 internal, average of 16. At least 30% of 80 is 24 and a 16, because to get the pass, now 40 marks is essential. 30% of 80 is 24. The balance 16 we can score in the internal assessment is there. We'll conduct the 3 internals and take the average of these 3 internal. If we score about 16, it's okay. So another 24, we can have the paper minimum. So 80 marks there. 30% of 80 is 24. Pattern of the question paper again. Part A will ask about the 6 questions. You have to answer any 4. Each I got 5 marks, 20 marks. Part B will ask 5 questions. You have to answer any 3, each carrying 10 marks, 30 marks coverage. Part C will ask 4 questions. You have to answer any 2, each carrying 50, 30, totally 80 marks coverage is there. So this is the pattern of the question paper is considered. Then the book's reference, Dr. B.S. Suresh and Mahadev Swami. another P.R. Vittal, V.K. Kapoor, G.K. Ranganathan. These are all the books which have been given as a reference is considered. I have given that these are very good books you have got. Suresh and Madhesavi books are very good is there. And then if you want, we can go with the V.K. Kapoor also there. And whatever the problem you are going to solve here, you take into consideration those problems, definitely it will help. It is nothing but a mathematical work more and more and get the result. Then hope you understand the introduction class. In the next session, we'll go with detail with the problem of indices and logarithm. First, we start with the indices. Once you understand the indices, we'll go to logarithm. Till then, goodbye. Meet in the next class. Next session is considered with the indices problem. Till then, goodbye. Meet you in the next session.